Hi guys, Mark here, Celtic Crossbows. Last summer we looked at the Barnett Diablo V3 S2 Pro with his lovely effect walnut grips, stabilizers and weight, in targets nice and beautiful machined aluminium and brass. The V1 version was the standard Diablo straight out of the box. You try and get some of that reflection off the camera lens there, off the sunlight. Not going to work. Well, today for you I have the European version, which was not available in the UK or the rest of the world to my knowledge. We're going to bring it aside here, the spotlight, as you can see it better. We wouldn't get no reflection. And we'll have a close up on the table on the old magic roundabout. And to do an update on the end of the video as well is going to be on the new Cobra Slingshot from Barnett, the King Rat range, and a little update on this, and a little update I was given by one of my viewers to help you out with it. Okay, so we're going to go over onto the table now and I'll look at some of the differences between the V3, Mark 1, Mark 2 and Mark 3. Okay, as we come over and look on the boxes, there's not much difference in them. The standard Diablo has got the King Rat on the front, same as the King Rat today. And this is where the King Rat came from originally, was the original UK Barnett range. And we see on the Pro Diablo Mark 1 V3 or V3 Mark 1, the forks here is one solid piece design. It goes in underneath the fork brace, held in by this screw, and that's how it was all held together. This being, of course, the Mark 1 standard Diablo. Looking on the boxes, I won't go through them both because they both look virtually exactly the same, it's just language is different. And containing the original Diablo, Black Widow. There again is our Diablo, standard Diablo. Strike 9, which is more or less for the gym market, and the Cobra. And on the back of the box, no difference here. Everything is in Spanish and French. As opposed to being all English. And the ultra rare ammo dispenser. The copperhead BBs, the one focus on here, the standard BBs, and our spade limbs. That's power band, sorry. Here we are then, folks. Here is the Diablo V3 Mark 1. Of this particular slingshot, what you see in front of you now, was 3 versions. It was the UK version, this one, which came with the mouldings in the back ready to take the wrist brace, the drilling in the bottom to take the counterbalance weights, and had the facility of taking the sights as it was an upgrade. It didn't have no extra drillings in the front to take the weights. It didn't even have the sticker on the top. You fitted out yourself with a little kit that you come with the slingshot from the factory. And here is said sticker to go on the top, which came as part of the factory kit. Try and get a bit of focus here with spare noddies to go on the grips. So this was the original release in 1995. This was quickly followed in 96 by the Pro Diablo. Okay, the Mark II version of the V3 was this one, with the solid bars. On here, try and put the light on, you can see better. They come all the way into the grip and back out. So this was the V3 Mark II. This was superseded in 98 by the V3 Mark III. You can see now it's still got the solid bar going all the way in underneath. But instead of one piece, it now has the screw-on noddies for your stabilised weights for the same weight underneath. The excellent alloy sights continued over from the S2. and the same grip as well, continue over from the S2. The only thing that's really different is the main body. But this was superseded again in around about 98. The 98 version. And it was essentially going back to the V3 Mark 1. But what Barnett done was really naughty, cheaty, I thought. They were still putting it in the Pro Diablo box. That box. But instead, all they'd done was put these extra drill-ins in the front. You'll see now when it comes round. They still had the same hole in the bottom for taking the weight. It still had the twin holes in the back to take the brace. But instead of having the additional bar which went under the forks to mount the prods, they simply just put these two drill-ins in the front to put the weights straight into there, and still called it the Pro Diablo. So they've taken away the additional stabiliser mounts and mounted them directly into the body, which they continued on the S5, which a lot of people called today the S2. Why, I couldn't tell you, but they barking mad, because it's clearly not. Okay, now I thought I had a fourth version of this coming for you tonight, and it's the German version. And the German version, the holes are sealed in the back and the holes are sealed in the side, sorry, on the top, as you can't fit a wrist brace, because the wrist braces are in fact an illegal slingshot in Germany, which doesn't make sense when you've got some of the most loose knife laws when it comes to well, knives and crossbows, etc. But so this is the V3 Mark III slingshot, the Mark IV being the German version or variant. So how does it look with the grips in place? Okay, I'm not going to open the packaging, etc., because it's a mint one. It's the second time I shot this because I forgot to change the macro lens on my GoPro. But to give you a very good idea, this is the V3 Mark II. You're going to come at the camera here to get a better look. And she's actually a very nice, quite a pretty slingshot. Some of the things I believe it lets it down is because it's got the rock solid, is a kind of ABS plastic, a very similar plastic to the magazine, I think, which the new Steamboat is made out of. Is very sturdy, it's very rugged. It's actually a really good feel. It's an excellent feel. The only thing lets it down is that on the later ones, where they just drilled straight into the body rather than having a true separate mount for the stabilizers. So if you do pick up one of these, always bear in mind these aren't technically a Pro Diablo. They're still a Diablo with just drill-ins in. The real Mark III V3 Diablo will either have one solid piece of metal that comes right in under here, or with the adjustable or removable mounting system, which was another upgrade again. But for my money though, still the best one is still the Mark II Diablo Pro. Fully polished. The beautiful machined sights on the front, super fine adjustable, and still the best one of the Diablos. I promised you an extra at the start of the video, and that's on the new Cobra. Now, something which is not included on the box, and I've only found out this week from one of my viewers telling me about it, because it doesn't mention this nowhere on the box at all. When you fold out your new Cobra 3, regardless of what it says on the box, it's a Cobra 3. It's not a King Rat. King Rat is just something the owners of Barnett have dreamt up. Anyhow, so right, so you unfold it, and you bring up the nose. I believe that was it. and it's loose, and that's what I put on one of my videos. What I actually discovered is, or what I was told, that once you've got it, you catch all the front and you shove it in like that. It's now solid, look. And the sight picture now is actually greatly improved. Now I come back. The nose is much shorter than on the original Cobra sighting system. It's still gimmicky because you're aiming through your sight plane here. To me, I still prefer to come off the fork at the top. But I'll change my review what I said about it. It actually is a great slingshot. The grips are lovely. The handle is really nice. I still want to see a fitting kit for this. And the front lens, the front laser, does slide out quite easily. So it needs to be an upgrade kit or repair kit for these as well. I would like to see. Fibre optics, these haven't come out loose yet. I've had probably about 100 shots with this so far. She's lovely to shoot. I really enjoy it. So I think of the new Barnett, this is probably my favourite at the moment. So then guys, just a recap on my complete range of V3 Barnett Diablo slingshots. On my journey of the mouldings then, there's actually 5 different versions of the V3. The one without drillings in the front, the one without drillings in the rear, so that's 2 versions. There's of course 2 versions of this, one with a straight bar going round and bent, and one with the general noddy, so that's 4 versions. And of course then you have the brown and black variants as well. So if you want to say brown and black times by the original versions, you could say that's 8 versions. So if you're looking to collect a complete range of every version, it's going to give you a lot of hunting and a lot of things to look for. We haven't really got in yet to the Series 2 or the original S2 Barnett Diablos, but I know there's at least 5 versions of these, 3 of which I've got. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. I hope you enjoyed the update about the new Barnett Cobra, and can't wait to bring you the next one. Thanks and bye bye.